left out because I'm not speaking into a mic, even though I have my AirPods in. So I'll
There you
just.
go. If I've had this same setup now for the past 2 years, and if anything changes, I'm fucked. Then it doesn't work, and I don't know how to fix it.
I get that. Set in the fucking ways.
Thank you guys so much for having us on. We're really excited to do this.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fun.
I think I became aware of Unsigned Pop Punk through Chris's T-shirt that he picked up at Four Chord last year.
Yeah, I was gonna say, which one of you guys did I meet there? I think it was you at the it was you, Paul, at the beginning when I saw you when I bought the T-shirt. I just remember it was you because I think you have the longer beard.
Yep, I got the big beard, and I'm pretty sure I was wearing this coat, to be honest.
You wore that on purpose today.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Remember?
I was actually going to ask why Chris didn't wear the shirt.
Oh,
missed opportunity right there.
So I thought about that, but I also was like, is it the equivalent of like wearing the band's tee to the show you're going to see them at too?
Is that a thing for you? Can you not do that?
No, but I didn't want to be shamed for it. I should have. I'll fucking go get him right now.
Go get it right now.
Do it. Yeah, Chris, I refuse to go any further until you have that.
Hold on.
No, dude, don't. Everyone's going to think you're a poser if you wear a band shirt to their show, dude.
Okay, back alley sound.
I know.
Yeah.
I was just following the rules.
I am a firm believer of wearing band merch to the show. I love showing the support. I think I don't even care. Like, I think it's great.
Yes, band merch to a show, band merch to a wedding, band merch to everywhere, dude. Yes.
Band merch. No. Why didn't we do that at yours, Chris?
Honestly, it would have been very accepted. You guys would have probably been the only exceptions able to pull that off. My uncle wanted to wear like cargo shorts or some Yinzer shit, and my wife was
I think what he was really asking was, why didn't you get married in an old neon shirt?
Oh, that's a really layered question. So, I'll get back to you guys on that in written form.
So before we go too much further, I love all of this. We're keeping this. I'm just coming in with the intro right now. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go, a podcast about life in the music industry. And before we go further, the first thing I would like to say is that we were talking about getting married in an old neon shirt. I think we need to normalize wearing your own band's merch.
Metallica's done it.
Because let me tell you, if it's cool, it's fucking cool, right? It's fine.
I'm not as cool as you are, but you know.
I don't know how you keep managing to find a way to bring Metallica into casual conversation. This is the second time.
Yeah, this is multiple times today.
I think Metallica should also be in all conversations, so it's okay.
You only said his mic.
I love me some Metallica.
That's fair.
You know, and if like the biggest bands in the world can wear their own merch, like Iron Maiden, why can't the smallest? Just like wrestlers.
I was just going to bring that up. Every wrestler wears their own shirt.
You're promoting yourself.
Shout out to the Gavel, David Lawless. He is the best wrestler from Pittsburgh. I want to say that publicly.
Who is that?
The Gavel. He comes to a lot of our shows, man.
I've never heard that name before. And I've gone to local wrestling shows.
Yeah, we're going to need to see that. We're going to see a picture of this guy. Jamie, pull that up.
Somebody pull that up. Let's get that on screen right now.
Do we have a whiteboard that we can put things up on?
But I mean, it makes sense. If you like, first off, I don't know about you, but when I make merch, I made it because I think it's cool. And so like, I'm always like, man, I wish I could wear it. But it's like, but why can't I? It's fucking mine.
You in charge of making ours then?
Yeah, it's fucking stigma. You're right.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
How long are the Yaz gonna be?
Yeah. Tell him,
Steve Dave.
Soldier Boy.
So I'm so guilty of like always making so I'm a person who's like always online, and I see shit that people like bitch about online. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't do that in real life, and that's like where that comes from. But it's like a self-imposed like fucking sentence, which is silly and goofy of me.
Next show, we all wear old neon shirts while we play. Got it.
Yeah,
Indeed.
but all
Indeed.
wear different ones though.
We'll have new ones. We'll have new ones.
That at that point,
Yeah.
you just call it, you say it's your uniform.
Yeah, there you go. You're just wearing your uniform. It's just like you're going to work, a show, concert. It's like you're going to work, wearing your uniform. There you go. You're just giving yourselves more reasons to wear your own merch.
And then you put.
Dude, we saw. I think the best like band uniform that we've seen in recent times is Spanish love songs. They all wear, or at least when we saw them, like wear red like.
No, that
banners.
was the band after them. You're thinking no.
Really?
Zach, what's that band called? I think it was Don't Panic.
Oh, Don't Panic, yeah. That is a band.
Are we all dumb?
That was
No, Zach was there. He will
sick.
remember. I mean, everyone was there but Mike, but
Is this the Craft House show?
no, this was the Stage AE Wonder Year show for the Upsides.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different show.
Zach, yo, Mike ain't working, dog. Rip.
Rest in peace, Zach.
We'll
Mike.
never know.
To be honest,
Zach.
we were trying to replace him anyway, so this is as good a time as any.
He's like,
Anything?
oh,
Yeah.
there you are.
Ah,
Yeah,
There
there
you
he goes.
I'll just
What was
use
the band with the
webcam.
Wonder Years on the
Yes.
Upsides tour?
Save
You-
Face. They were
Save
doing the
Face. That's
they
what
were,
it was.
Save
We,
Face.
Yeah, they were
Don't
doing
Panic
the
was the
Slipknot
Craft
thing.
House. You're right.
you know, and it's okay. Like the webcam mic is actually picking you
Oops.
up better anyway.
Hell yeah, I can get with it.
So there we go. Well,
Oh, I see
you know,
you. Hi.
today we got Old Neon, some Pittsburgh pop punk. Welcome to the show, guys. We're like 10 minutes in now. Welcome.
Welcome to the latter half
Thanks,
of the
pal.
show.
Oops.
Welcome to the latter half. Let's actually talk a little bit about the band. This is my talk show host pen. So you just released
I love
your
that.
latest album, Lost, on April 7th. Tell us a bit
Ooh.
about the record.
See what happened there, Drew? You see where you made the
I
mistake?
fucking told you.
Yeah.
I fucking told you.
Okay, so we have grossly understood the waterfall release method, if you guys have heard about that. So it's like where you release a single and then underneath that single is just all your other songs.
Yes.
And you keep that going until like you have your album.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you would hit like a certain number of songs doing that, and Spotify and all the other platforms would just go like, this is an album.
Yep.
And I was like, oh shit. Well, yeah, so our full album drops with all the songs on June 30th.
Okay.
So yeah, there's even more where that came from.
yes.
Yes.
even
So learn from our mistakes. But yes, Lost and all the other songs.
Lost. It
yeah.
counts. It counts
You have
now.
the first 9, and I think
It is
there's
that
4 or
is an
5
album
more.
now.
Yeah. So, but
It's-
yes,
it's
yeah,
Lost,
thank
the
you.
Lost
Lost
album.
is
Yeah, you
that
can
was great.
you can
That was a
you-
great joke, dude.
you can sell it as a as a special album. This is the only way you can get it this way.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
another song. It'll just be the deluxe version of the.
Yep. There you go. Yeah, and then the rest of the songs, it's just deluxe album. There you go.
There we go.
Look at
I mean,
that. Making
we-
you money on top of
You
money.
guys are
We
geniuses.
flipped it. We turned it
honestly.
around.
Thank you.
It's all good. It's all good.
So how was the response been with Lost?
Well, how's the response been with the latest
Thank
single
you.
you put out?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I think that it's almost I can only speak for myself, but it's almost shocking how much we've grown in listenership just with the last 3. Yeah, very surprising, I think.
Yeah, I mean it's been really cool. We've gotten a lot of traction. Certainly, you guys have been helpful on different online platforms and things like that. The announcement that we were going to get to play on the 4 Chord Festival was another huge, shot in the arm. So the numbers, it's a little bit up and down, but it's going in the right way in terms of the followers, and we couldn't be happier or more excited that people are jumping on board.
Love
Yeah,
it.
and I'm really glad it's happening right now because with the last two songs that we released, "What Do You Love" and "Lost," like those two are the ones where I feel like we've really started to find our sound,
Mhm.
and it's the best work that we've done so far. So I'm glad that like the traction is coming at a time when we're making stuff that we're really happy with and
Right.
proud of.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean the new tracks have been great. I mean, I think it's all been good. So, you know, we've been killing it since day one.
Oh, thanks, pal.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude.
Keep
I mean,
keep it
we have a
going.
couple of us that write, and you look at us. There's a lot of diversity in age and experience and background and things like that. So we all bring a little bit of different stuff to what we create, and I think we sort of create something for everybody that's into the genre.
Nice. You mentioned the forecourt announcement. If you are a listener and living under a rock, Forecourt Festival features acts like Yellow Card, Taking Back Sunday, Alkaline Trio, The Gaslight Anthem, and many more. What went through your guys' heads when you were first told you were going to be sharing the stage with such legends?
I think my first thought was, are you sure that he has the right band? Because I thought
You sure?
it must be a mistake.
So you serious, Clark?
My first thought was, what day is it so I can book the closest hotel for the after party?
Love it.
My first thought was we have to buy like 5 more inflatable tube men. 2 just ain't enough.
Yeah, priorities, pal.
Priorities.
I don't know if I was experiencing any thoughts. You know,
Did you cry?
not till later. Yeah.
Understandable.
Every night since then.
Yeah. Mr. Fortnite and I were at a show. We were seeing our pals.
Oh yeah, I forgot we found out together.
Yeah, we were seeing our pals in another great Pittsburgh
I
punk
don't
band
know.
called
Mallory
Go for
Run
the
and Go
Gold.
for the Gold were there.
It was Go for the Gold. It was not Mallory Run. It was Go for the Gold and 3 bands I don't remember the names of.
That was the one when I was in New York. You guys,
Right.
Yeah. And so we found out together, and we just like shared a look across the table, kind of like what he said was. So like
Gently caressed each other's hands.
Did he mean to say that, or was that a blooper that he's gonna have to take back later?
Yeah. So when he
wild.
first told us, he asked us not to tell Mike because he wanted to tell him, and I thought until that happens, it's not really like it hasn't happened. I won't believe this until Mike knows.
Yeah, so we all knew for like almost a month before like he was able to tell Mike. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was funny. Like we knew that we were playing it, but we couldn't like openly talk about it as a band because
I'm trying to make other plans, thinking, okay, well, what are we doing this summer? And I'm like, well, we should be worrying about this. And I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like, what are you guys talking about? But yeah, then as soon as we kind of were officially in motion, like late February, it was like we got to finish the album today. We got to start getting stuff out. We want to make sure that we, just put our best foot forward and with whatever little bump we get. And it's been a little more than a little bump, and we're really appreciative of it.
Yeah, it was really funny for that whole month because Mike kept offering like really reasonable and exciting ideas for like how to just progress as a small band, and I kept just having to be like, no, like maybe we'll just keep those months open and see what happens.
Yeah.
The whole time he was like,
see what happens. I love it.
Yeah, we'll wing it.
Yeah, we'll just wing it. Yeah, we'll just do it. We'll just get in the van and we'll just figure it out.
But I've been friends with the guys in Eternal Boy for a while. In fact, I love to tell the story about Joe, who's their bass player. When he was a teenager, probably about 15, at a local show, he was shredding the Above Me by Rufio riff, which is so fast and difficult.
Yes.
I can't do it today. And he was doing it as like a 14-year-old kid. So I've been in amazement by him for a long time. So it's really cool to get to do another show with those guys. And certainly from Pittsburgh, Punchline is on the show, which every one of us that grew up listening to pop punk and emo and beat punk in Pittsburgh, they were the guys all of us looked up to. So kind of it's a little bit of a full circle moment that way, and just really cool kind of put our next foot forward and you know, share our nonsense with everyone else.
Hell yeah. That's exciting. We've been at Four Chord the last 2 years, and it's awesome. It's one of the best fests I've been a part of in a long time, since Warped Tour.
Yeah, I mean, it essentially is a 1-day Warped Tour.
Yeah.
I went last year, and it's just, it is the presence of Warped Tour feels alive, and that like every band you go to see that day is one of your favorite bands, and it's it's almost a perfect experience.
Yeah.
And that's not accidental. I mean, the way the stages are set up, Rishi, the guy that runs the festival, he's very intentional about Warped Tour is part of what made me fall in love with this, that made this my life's work. And, you know, I want to try to keep creating that where I can.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, it's got that feel, and I mean, yeah, it's fun. So we're hoping to be back at Four Chord this year as well. So we'll see. We shall see. So I was doing some searching through the old Facebook archives, and it looks like the old Neon page. Huh?
I said, we're done. We got
the old Neon page was created back in 2018, but didn't really become active until 2021. Tell us about the early old Neon days. How'd the band come to be?
So I started the band as an outlet for some of my songs that I'd written on acoustic guitar that I wanted to hear presented in, you know, much like they're presented now. And I was very intentional in who I wanted to be in the band. I wanted everybody to be not only better than me, but like, I mean, Mike knows this because of the previous singers we've had, but I wanted to make sure that like our singer was the perfect singer for what we do, and guitars and drums and bass were like the perfect person for what we do. So even though the band technically started, and like I started the germ of the idea in 2018, I spent like the next several years right up until COVID, like trying people out and telling a lot of people no, unfortunately, which probably made me a lot of enemies. But I just really had a very specific vision.
Yeah.
And I met Chris. Chris was the first person, and we had an original lineup that included Chris and our friend Luke, who was the original singer. And when Luke left, Luke went to law school. I thought, well, this band's done because we're never going to find another singer like Luke. And we went through, I don't even know how many vocal tryouts. I mean, because I was posting ads on Instagram to get like potential singers, and because most people at least think they can carry a tune, anyone who had just a passing interest in maybe being in a band tried out, and it was absolute insanity, like just all over the map as far as talent. Some really good, but many dreadfully bad. And Drew was actually the very last person that tried out, and Erin, the lady that tried out right before him, I was like, oh, she's got it, she's fantastic, wonderful singer. And then Drew tried out, and immediately, like, myself, Luke at the time, and Chris looked at each other and we're like, it's gotta be, like, it had to be him. I mean, he's just so perfect for what we do.
He is just so perfect.
He is so look at that
he's
stash.
So
he's
dreamy.
so perfect. He is a dreamboat. And but yeah, there was like an iteration of the band, but it really didn't start in my mind. Even though like many of the songs were already written, it didn't start in my mind until Drew joined, because he was like, I mean, and is the voice of the band. And then we placed an ad, and in between Drew joining the band and Luke leaving the band, our drummer at the time also quit.
Okay.
But it was like a buddy of a buddy who was like, hey, this guy contacted me on Craigslist. It's probably a bad lead. Like, it probably won't add up to anything.
Yeah, because
ended
he says this guy's never been in a band before and he's a drummer. And I'm like, any drummer that's half good is in like 5 of them.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, it's like, this guy, whatever, we'll try it.
So I texted Zach out of nowhere, who's our current drummer over there sitting in that room. And I was like, hey, you don't know me, but will you join our band? And he was like, I don't know, like, can we sit down and talk first? So we all sat down. Well, I sat down with Zach before the Thunderbird Christmas show for Eternal Boy, and Lookout Loretta was on the bill, and Keep Flying, who's one of Zach's favorite bands. And we sat down, and I told him, I explained my vision to him, and I asked him to join, and then we ended up all hanging out for the first time at that show, and kind of really started bonding from there. Was that a good history? I feel like that's pretty much it.
That was great, dude.
Fantastic.
Yeah, honestly, that was phenomenal.
You crushed it.
It's a great setup for the behind the music in terms of how we all decide we hate each other.
Yeah.
I was thinking when you said about the rest of the year and the album release, I was thinking, well, it comes out in June, which gives us a solid 5 months to really start to hate each other and break up by the end of the year.
It's gonna make for a really
right on
great
schedule
behind the music.
Yeah, either we all hate each other and we break up, or one of us dies. That's our plan for like blowing up. You know,
Makes sense.
Ooh,
Zach
and
just
that.
27, so I don't know.
that's
And-
right.
oh shit,
So-
dude.
What did you say?
'cause-
What did you say, Mike?
I said Zach's our potential entrant in the 27 club.
Oh,
Yeah, so
geez.
we're-
oh no.
and,
All
like,
right, skip
we're-
over that.
we're watching, we're paying attention because, like, we wanted to have you as the first episode of our behind the scenes, because I don't know if you've seen like what Unsigned Pop Punk does, but we basically just rehash old shows, and we're like, hey, let's make it new again. So we're gonna start behind the music with the death of Old Neon.
Perfect. Let's do it.
What a fucking honor, dude.
Yeah,
yeah, you got it.
we're always working towards something.
If you think it'll help your views and listens, I'm willing to break up on camera right now.
We have had a band break up before their episode aired, but not on the show.
Sounds like a first to me.
Yeah.
Well, pal, today is your lucky day.
Well, before let's before we'll get there, because we got to get to our rapid fire questions segment, which is
oh sure, sorry.
That's
We
where
do have a
people really start to go at each other's throats.
If
So.
you could just keep the breakup till the end of the episode, then we can keep our watch time up.
Yeah.
That's totally fair. We got 30.
Yeah, you're
more
like, we
minutes.
haven't even done an ad
needs to be
read yet.
precise.
Can you guys wait? Like,
You can do whatever you want. That's fine, but just give us till the end, please.
we
Gotta
got to
get
sell
through-
some Blue Chew first, or whatever.
I was gonna
like,
say
come
anyway.
on.
This podcast is brought to you by Blue Chew.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I wish I'd take it. Let's go.
Come on, Blue Chew. We need
We're
the
not-
Blue Chew dollars.
Yeah, where you at?
We need that Blue Chew money.
So, talking about kind of the song, you mentioned few of the songs you've just released recently, like Lost. Of all the songs you've released so far, though, which songs mean the most to you and why?
You're gonna get a different answer out of every one of us.
That's perfect. Let's
Yeah,
go for
very likely.
So I don't know, Sean. Let's start with you.
I've been talking this whole time. Everybody else can go.
it.
I'll start. For me, it's highlights, because whenever I was asked to join the band, I was given a SoundCloud link to like some demos, and it was highlights was one of the songs that made me say, yeah, I need to do this. And it was the first Old Neon song that featured my writing on it, and I love that song. The part that I wrote to be like the first part that I ever wrote on drums as an original in any band, it means a lot to me. And the fact that we went on to make like a really fun music video with it. And that song alone has brought just a lot of joy to me personally, and so that'll be my like number one Old Neon song forever. And that's that.
Oh, you're fired next.
Yeah. All right.
One down.
Mine's also
fun.
highlights, honestly,
damn
because yeah, I'm sorry. So
No, I'm
didn't-
teasing.
I
It's-
honestly
it's
didn't expect
amazing.
us to have the same answer. Mine's also highlights because I like ska a lot, and that was where I wrote kind of like a ska bass line that's like very kind of busy and
Yeah.
just like goes. And I don't know, that was super exciting for me because like for me also this was like the first like musical project that really took off for me. Like I'd done like some like open mic stuff when I was in college and you know, like jam groups and stuff, but nothing where we were ever like consistently gigging and recording quality recordings. And
Right.
yeah, I love it for that reason because it's like the first piece of music that I put, you know, that I tracked bass for that I was like, oh damn, this sounds good. I freaking love how this sounds. And yeah, so that's why I liked it too. So
Oh, yeah.
It's
similar
funny
reasons
that
to
you
Zach
guys.
probably.
It's a good jam.
It's funny. Yeah, it's fun. Thank you. It's funny that you guys both say highlights because that was the first one that I wrote for the band.
Yep.
And
That's true.
like my like writing to that point, like I've been in bands for forever. I was in a bunch in college and like, but my writing throughout all of that was kind of unfocused.
Sure.
This was the first song that I was like, okay, this is great. I have like all the pieces of the ensemble that I want to write for. So it's like just focus your writing to make the best possible thing that you can with these elements. And that's how highlights kind of came. So yeah, it's I'm glad that's your guys like favorites because I wrote it basically for us, you know.
What's your favorite, Drew?
My favorite like always is changing because at one point like all the songs that that we have out that I've started they were my favorite when I was working on them and they kind of sit in my head around that. So my answer right now is an old Neon song that isn't out, you know, but
Sure.
What is it out of curiosity so that I know?
Whatever helps you sleep at night is my favorite
Oh,
right
okay.
now.
Okay, yeah.
But in terms of like what's out, I don't know. I'm really happy with What Do You Love and Lost. Like I really do put them like right on the same
Sure.
above the chef hat, like the same level. Um just they're different flavors of old Neon, you know.
Yeah.
Very chef answer of you.
Very chef answer.
Thank you.
Mike, did you have an answer?
For me, it's two. It's Lost is one. The funny thing was that was kind of a challenge for Drew. I guess kind of before I even got involved, he brought a few ideas and kind of the band was like, well, why don't you try something like this and referred to a specific band and a specific record. And that's what he started. And I immediately heard it and I said, oh, this sounds like the 1975 to me. When it, the idea was more of a jangly indie emo thing. And we totally kind of popped it up. And I'm really into a lot of stuff like Arrows in Action and the Home Team and youth, young culture. So that kind of sound like was really appealing to me. And right now it'll be on the record. We re-recorded the song Warmer Weather, which was probably the first one I heard where I was like, oh, this is, I had seen the name Old Neon on Craigslist for months, and every time I'd see it, I'd say, oh, that has to be like a synth pop thing. And I hear the neon or whatever, and that's something I'm into, right? So I would click on it, but there wouldn't be demos available or whatever. And then I heard Warmer Weather and I heard a few of these other things like, oh, okay, this is cool. And immediately I reached out. So Warmer Weather, when we just got the mix and master back of it, or maybe a little more tweaking to go, but I'm really excited to share that one.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
I think mine is Lost as well. So I just really think that it's one of those songs, and Drew can definitely speak to this, but it was a song that was at first just a really good, like catchy verse with a cool melody. But then how long did that sit, Drew? Like, it was like one of the early songs that you had written, but we just
almost a
couldn't
year.
figure out. Yeah, we
Almost
couldn't
a
figure out
year.
what to do with it.
Oh shit, yeah, that is true.
And then like that one day he thought of a chorus melody and it just came together so perfectly. And yeah, I couldn't be happier. And I've never even listened, Mike, I've never even heard the 1975, but I don't know what it sounds like. It just sounds catchy to me. It sounds like
You never heard the 1975?
Never once.
What was
You'll have
really
to send me
cool
a song.
about
Me too.
the song too was we got asked to open for Knuckle Puck and Youth Fountain a few months
Yeah.
ago when they were doing an off day from the 4-year strong Enemy of the World tour. And we were given a fairly short set time, so we planned for a certain number of songs and we were racing through them. And we got to what would have been our last song and said, hey, we have time to do it. And that was just so much fun. I thought everyone in the band played it really well. It was just a lot of fun. It's something I'll remember for a long time.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I saw that
Dude, same.
you guys got to play that show, so that was pretty sweet.
And Lost is a song that consistently gets a really good response. Like regardless of the crowd, regardless of the bands that are on the bill, like that's a song that kind of sticks out in this set.
Yeah, like we try to tailor our set because we do have a pretty decent number of originals to who we're playing with.
Sure.
So if it's more of a punk thing, we'll try to bring that out. Some of the songs with the faster beat. When we opened for the Spill Canvas, we kind of calibrated it more towards their sound.
Sure.
So songs like Lost and stuff like that. But in every environment, Lost has gotten a pretty good response.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. So one of the things we were actually talking about earlier, with the shirts and all that sort of stuff, we talk a lot about on this show about like self-promotion and the different ways there are to promote oneself. What form of self-promotion do you find is the most successful for you?
Probably playing. Yeah, everyone's like, oh,
Playing shows.
I was gonna say when Zach posted that video of him with the pornography star
with Johnny Sins.
Yeah, doing the announcement for the show. That was pretty great.
No,
You
honestly,
hated that answer.
like
I
playing.
can see that you hated that.
Hell yeah.
Man, I was hoping that
Mr. Jonathan Sins.
Yeah, you're hoping that would come up.
Yeah, I was hoping that wouldn't be talked about. And...
I can't.
Just to make sure I'm clear, guys. Just to make sure I'm clear for our listeners.
Well,
You're saying that to be promoted, you need to get your drummer to reach out to a porn star.
Not quite.
That's
1000%.
That's
It won't
the
hurt. Yeah.
Not quite.
You hit the nail right on the head, dude.
No, there was Snapchat is one of those places where they post these real silly filters. And there's one that gives the impression that you're FaceTiming with the gentleman in question, Mr. Dr. Officer Sins, depending on where you've seen him.
Sure.
So one time.
oh my god.
One time, I just made a silly video promoting a show as a joke for just the band, and then someone went rogue and put it on Instagram. I don't even know if people cared. I just know that
Show went great though. That was the Voodoo show, wasn't it? That was a packed house.
No idea. Don't even remember.
Well, the point is, we're gonna need you to do that for the release as well.
I just remember saying, please don't put this on the internet, because my parents follow and support the band. And then
I forgot about your dad.
yeah. Yeah. So anyway, other ways to promote oneself.
I mean, coming up with but the thing is that's the type of stuff that usually does well. Like the stuff that's just
the memes. Yep.
Yeah. Like if you post something meaningful, no one's gonna fucking look at it.
Yeah, it's
Right.
kind
But
of
if you
disheartening.
post something just dumb as shit, half the time,
Unhinged.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which I mean,
when we
won't-
posted that SpongeBob thing,
yeah.
it went crazy. And then every time I post, I will rogue record Zach and Drew singing the Wonder Years sometimes, and every time I post it, tons of people watch it and like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We were doing karaoke for Zach's birthday. We were both just like, we went so hard on the what song? The Wonder Years song.
Yeah, came out swinging.
Right.
Nice one.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. What was that one very unknown song by
I
very
know,
unknown
I
band?
drew
The
a
one.
blank.
That totally obscure song that nobody is aware of.
You probably never heard of it. So
Yeah, but
you
Zach's
know.
booty dance
Yeah,
was
probably
really
never
on
heard it.
point. And Drew going up on stage with the pop punk voice was really funny.
What is up, Smiling Moose? I said, what is up, Smiling Moose? Open up this fucking pit.
Yeah, and
You
mind
gotta
you,
hold the
this
mic
was
like
like
this.
not even a
Smack
popular
it, Drew.
from what I could see, not even a popular open mic. So there were just a couple people at the bar, just like this, almost to the person you could see the face of like, what is this versus this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Hell yeah, I love it.
Love it.
That's good shit.
Before we go to a quick break, if you could give our listeners one piece of advice that you know now that you wish you knew when you were first starting out, what would it be?
Record DIs of all of your guitar tracks.
That's great
That-
advice.
Yes.
That's straight up decent practical advice.
We
dude.
work with Corey Bergeron from the band Locket. We've got a pretty good working relationship. He's mixing and mastering our record. And just depending on the part, sometimes he'll like to take the very dry guitar signal and to fit it in with what his idea is and he create his own sound.
Mhm.
And we weren't as diligent about doing that earlier on.
Great.
Yeah. It's great advice. Anyone else?
For me, I mean, yeah, treat every single set like it matters because it does.
Mhm.
Some people get complacent.
That's a really great point, Zach.
The lack of energy, the lack of effort, the lack of caring can show. You know, we've got some really great opportunities.
I was gonna bring up the Deutschtown thing.
Yeah, we've gotten really great opportunities whenever it looked very bleak in the room or wherever we were playing, and you know, yeah. So don't like take a pass on, you know, an opportunity in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
We got Zach. I'm gonna piggyback off that and say that we played a local music festival that got rained out, and we were the first band that they put back on, and we had to play on the stage that was just covered in water. Like it honestly was probably dangerous for us to be there.
We
But-
tried it by hand with paper towels.
With paper towels, right? And the
Oh,
only
God,
sure.
but our options were like, hey, you either get on stage right now or you can't play today.
Or you're out.
So they were just like, screw it, we're gonna clean this stage the best we can and probably die today. And the hula hoop lady almost did that walked on stage randomly. But we ended up being the first band back up in the park. So not only from where we stood 10 minutes prior, where it looked like we weren't even going to get to play, to the person who booked us for the Knuckle Puck show was one of the people who was just happened to be walking by because we were
Hell
the
yeah.
first band back up and we were the first stage there was sound coming to, so just a bunch of people gathered around.
Hell yeah.
But my actual practical advice that helped me in this band was don't be afraid of taking time and building exactly what you want. I think one of the reasons I like to be in this band is because I was very deliberate in picking every member by hand, and I had to, frankly, I had to hurt a lot of feelings to get all of these people together because many other guitarists and singers tried out, and but like if you have an idea in your head, never ever ever settle for less than that.
Also great advice.
That's decent, dude.
Hell yeah. Either you guys got anything else you want to say? Or
Yeah, when you're writing, try and seek out inspiration from other genres than the one that you're trying to be in, because you know you end up sounding exactly like everybody else, and who wants to do that? You have so much more to offer to the world. Be your darn self.
love it.
Dang it.
Be your darn
Yeah, I
self.
think that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Shit.
Anyone else? Or have we hit it all?
Honestly, I think Zach hit what I was gonna say because I spent a lot of time in my bedroom playing guitar and bass, and you know, piano here and there and stuff like that, and just like learning music and uh trying to get like bands together with some of my friends who were like at different stages in life and couldn't like commit to full stuff. And like even like some of like, yeah, like every show matters. Like Zach really hit on it. So I don't have anything to add but echoing that. Like I every time we get on stage, I'm super freaking grateful to be
You
there.
do
'cause
have
that
the most
that shit's
consistent
dope.
vibe on stage for sure. Like I've never once seen you not vibing out.
I'm usually vibing out. I'm not like a jumper, but I definitely freaking enjoy performing because it took me so long to like get over my own like insecurities and stuff like that. So it's super nice every time, no matter what happens. Like even the Deutsche Town thing. So yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, all of that's great advice. I definitely agree. Because, you know, it's one of those, especially with the, you know, performing, you know, a lot of people can get upset or like bummed out if like there's only like 5 or 10 people that came to a show, but those 5 or 10 people still paid to see you. And it's like, so play the show for them, you know, don't be,
Yeah, hell yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
because, you know, once again, like next time they'll be 20, 30 instead of 5, 10. You know, you gotta build it up, but they're not gonna come back if you give them shit.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Oh,
That's the
can I
truth.
It's
can
so-
I add a
it's so-
secondary piece of advice?
Yeah,
Ooh, pick me.
true.
Definitely like thanks.
Yeah.
Engage with your audience always.
Mhm.
Always, always, always. I I really hate going to a show where like the band is great, like they're really good, but everyone's like real shy and like they're not like interacting at all. Like you can be like the shy guy, but like still say something,
Right.
you know, like because what we're doing is we're trying to bring people into our world, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
If the crowd comes expecting to get blood spit at them, you better
Yeah.
spit blood at them.
Absolutely.
I think is what Drew is trying to say.
100%.
mm-hmm,
Spit the blood
100% bleed.
on
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And on that note, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our next segment.
Imagine having all the best up-and-coming pop punk, emo, ska, and alternative bands all in one place. In a once-in-a-lifetime playlist. Unsigned Pop Punk presents the Unsigned Pop Punk Playlist. 50 new songs from the best up-and-coming bands in the scene today. All your favorite artists you've never heard of yet. All of this for just $3.99. Go on your computer phone now and listen to the best new artists today. Or submit your own music at www.unsignedpoppunk.com.
Hey, Pat here with Unsigned Pop Punk. We're a community dedicated to building up the music scene by shining a spotlight on up-and-coming bands. Now, I know what you must be thinking. These guys must be raking in the cash. Wrong. But you can help us help others by picking up some merch. We found what big business is selling shirts for, and we slashed the prices. We saw what people are charging for sweatshirts, and we windmill kicked those prices in the face. So pick up some merch from us today. You won't be mad you did.
And we're back. Yeah, we're back. You're
Yeah,
here.
It's funny to me that no one's going to know what you're chuckling about.
I know. I just
I love
cut
that.
in because we were just talking. There was so much nonsense. And it was delightful. And I just said, fuck it, we're back. And we're back.
Back.
And it's time.
And we're back.
And we're back.
And you're Zach.
And we're back.
It is time for our fantastical food for thought segment, where we just ask you questions about food now. I had a really morbid zoo question I was gonna ask, but then I decided not to.
Can we hear it anyway? Can we just hear it?
Elephants, 100% elephants.
Yeah.
Okay, let's. Wait,
I
let
mean,
me-
yeah,
Pat,
let's hear the question.
Pat,
Not
before
about
we
the
ask the question,
was
do you
it?
give us your answers first, and then he'll tell you what the can. It's a question about zoo animals. What's your answers?
And the segment is
Penguins.
food for thoughts, so elephants.
I'm gonna
Okay.
go like king crab because that would be fine.
What a safe answer by you.
Thank you.
Safe.
Coward,
Yeah.
cowardly.
Cowardly, but I'm gonna be the one in the least trouble after this. So think about that.
I mean,
That'd be nice for a change.
realistically, I don't think we have
For
to worry
once, I
about-
will be the one in the least trouble.
I don't think there's anything to really be too concerned about.
The question's going to be, what's your favorite animal?
Yeah.
And this will all be for nothing.
I was totally yeah.
No, the question was, I think it was so like, you know, we're in the like zombie apocalypse, right? It's coming. It's here, and like you are stuck inside a zoo. What's the first animal you hunt for food?
Oh,
I won.
yeah, you probably did. You picked a very practical answer, so good on you.
Also, like,
I don't-
there's a lot of zombie dialogue in our nation right now, and I would like just us all to accept once and for all that we would just all be dead because people really overestimate their ability to survive a zombie apocalypse, and I want everyone here to acknowledge we're toast.
and you
Let me
just have to think about what era. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
let me shine a little bit of light on this. Okay. So first off, let's just say they're not zombies, right? They're not ones that run fast. Okay, just
They're not
standard
28 days later
yeah,
zombies. They're-
standard slow ass zombies, right? Decomposing pieces of crap.
So in
Okay.
that case, don't you feel like
Okay.
it's not going to be much of a pandemic? I feel like those guys are going to get mowed down and then it's going to be
Right.
over.
And so what I would say is every single person that doesn't move like to Minnesota to survive and come into the snow is just stupid. Like, look, if during the middle of winter, they're all just going to get stuck in a field. They can't walk through the snow. Have you ever seen snow in a zombie movie? Like,
That's pretty valid,
think
man.
of-
Honestly.
Mhm.
like,
Hmm.
like me and my wife have actually just talked about
Well,
this.
there's snow in The Last of Us Part 2 because they hang out in Jackson Hole. So like there's gotta be snow there at some point, and those zombies
Right.
Well,
I mean, they're
But
still
in
kind
movies
of
and stuff, you never see it like it's never snowing anywhere, and it's because, and my thought is because that's boring. Because most like all like so just here in Duluth, Minnesota, we had fucking snow over my head. Like there are cloud areas over like that are over my head. Like I have barricades like of safety just from nature.
the nice thing about
Damn,
the
that's a lot of
snow,
snow.
even if it doesn't completely stop them, is it's going to be really easy to like if you're in some sort of tower, it's going to
Right.
be really easy to see them coming from miles around.
Right. And they'll be so stuck just because, first off, they're decomposing, trying to walk through, 7 feet of snow. Yeah, we
right.
can do that. Just walk through and just cut them up.
Freezing muscle tissue, all of
Yeah.
that stuff comes into play. It made me think. So when you brought up the slow moving zombies, I thought about. I think it's Land of the Dead, which is like the Fiddler's Green Pittsburgh one. I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure, right?
That was like 2005 or so, not that long.
Yeah, where they
Land of the
have-
Dead is where they like become smart.
Yeah, that's like the
Yes,
John
yes.
Leguizamo land.
Yeah, with
Mm.
John
zombie
Leguizamo.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's like, well, there's those two zombie, and they're in like every flick, and I forget the actor's name, but like that, there's the mechanic. He's like that one main zombie in that flick that like makes it
Yeah.
like everywhere in that movie. And then so and I want to go back to Metallica too because I remember. So you might know where I'm going with this, but one of the best usages of Metallica music in a movie ever for me was and I was like 19 when it came out, was in the beginning credits of Zombieland
Oh,
when
yes.
they used For Whom the Bell Tolls,
Yep.
right? Like
Mhm.
Yeah, it was phenomenal to me. I remember seeing that with a couple of my pals and like our older buddy who was like, our indoctrination to everything like cool pop culture. Like he showed us Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and all that other stuff. And yeah, I just remember being in love with the intro to that like the beginning credits. I was like, okay, hell yeah, perfect usage.
Hell yeah.
Have you ever seen Diary of the Dead? It's a really campy. It's a really campy one.
I don't think I have.
Oh, dude, you have someday try and find it. It's probably on sale somewhere for like $5, but it's
sure.
it's like it's like college kids making a horror flick, but then it gets meta, and they become part of the horror flick. But it's like shot on a video camera, but and the acting's so bad. It's so bad, but it's so lovable because it's so campy.
I love those kind of horror movies though.
Oh yeah, they're undeniably great. Yeah, I actually I do have it on DVD. That's why, because I went on like a spree of buying all the cheap zombie flicks when I was like 19 or 20, and still have that one.
There we go. See, I should have just. I mean, this is the food for thought question now. It's already
okay.
there. That was number one. Number one question. Matt's got the next one.
Got the next one. I'm sorry, it's not about zombies though.
No.
So
No, that's fair.
it's not about zombies. But this is a long question, so bear with me. With a name like Old Neon, let's talk about a place with more neon than anywhere else, Las Vegas. Other than gambling, the first thing I think of when I think of Las Vegas is buffets. With that being said, Old Neon, you have to compete in an all-you-can-eat buffet meal. Which chain all-you-can-eat restaurant are you choosing and why?
Does it have to be a buffet? Can it be any restaurant? We're just imagining hypothetically if they have a buffet of that restaurant, or does it have to be like a buffet restaurant?
Initially, we thought buffets, but we can accept other answers.
No, I'm good with I'm good with the buffet.
Texas Day Brazil for me, buffet for sure.
Okay, fair. I would go with Old Country Buffet.
I don't know
which
a
is,
buffet. Like I don't know a single
yeah.
one.
Pizza Ranch.
Oh wait, CC's was a thing, right? Do they
Yes.
still exist?
Oh,
I'd go
CC's.
CC's because you can just crush pizza.
That's
Oh.
yeah.
And I love CC's though. Like
I
They
only
were
vaguely remember it as a child, but I remember it being a thing for sure.
like it's so bad, but God, it's so good.
Yeah, it was like not quality Zao at all, but you could you could just destroy it. And there was all kinds of funky toppings too.
Those pastas, do you remember the pastas where they just had
yeah.
like vague bland sauce that you could put on?
Just sad. It was just sadness.
So sad.
Just like the whitest marinara sauce ever.
Yeah, it was just like there was nothing to it. It was just goo. Like bland goo.
Yeah, I mean you didn't go there for their pasta.
There's a band name right there. Bland Goo.
We're changing our name to Bland Goo.
I do like that.
This is it.
Write that down.
This is our
Bland
moment.
Goo. This is definitely like this is like a Doom,
We're coming right back.
band name for sure.
Coming right back, Johnny Sins.
We need to change the shirts. We just ordered shirts. We got to change the name to Bland Goo on it.
So this, we said we were going to break up before the end, and then we will then reform as Bland Goo also before the end.
Yeah.
That'll be our pivot to country, which is the end game,
Oh yeah, our final battle was turning into a pop country band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Bland Goo is a very pop country name. So
good. Yeah.
What is
Bland Goo sounds like pop country to me.
Yeah. Like when I hear that, I go, holy shit.
It's like, what is that?
Because then it's self-aware.
More
then
violin.
It's like, no, we're making country music ironically,
Yeah. More fiddle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like onomatopoeia.
Yeah.
For pop country.
I love it.
I will play washboard in the Bland Goo band. Just so you guys know.
But it'll just be your washerboard abs though, right?
Ooh.
Washerboard abs.
Yeah.
You'll play your
sure.
abs. Love that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna just scrape them repeatedly.
Just scrape your washerboard abs because that won't ever hurt.
No.
Yep.
No.
Perfect. Now we have a more normal standard question we're gonna go with. And this is the last food for thoughts question, but what is your favorite snack and beverage to have when you're driving for hours to a show?
Ooh, Chris was the MVP when we drove to Erie and Buffalo because he bought that that trail mix with the M&Ms in it.
Yes.
And that was like whenever
we all lived on that.
When we were rushing to Buffalo because we couldn't stop because we were all procrastinating at Niagara Falls. That was like the savior because we couldn't find a place to eat. Like everything was packed because it was a Saturday night. And so we couldn't get food, and Chris's trail mix saved our lives.
Love it.
It was like it was like a tall guy, and everybody just was hungry. And at some point we had it set up at the venue in Buffalo at the Tudor Lounge, and everyone was just like helping themselves to it because at that point, we just had to get some sustenance. That is a good call. I didn't think about that.
I'm in love with peach rings. That's if I'm in need of a sweet snack, 9 times out of 10, that's what I'm going for. And I also consume far too much caffeine, so I'm drinking like any energy drink that the gas station has with the peach rings.
Nice. That's energy
For me,
drink and peach rings.
It's Cliff Bars and water because I gotta sing, dude.
Yeah.
I gotta keep it like light. After the show, I'll feast, but like I can go in like kind of starving and then come out and just eat after that, so I can actually sing, not be all phlegmy and weird.
It's fair. If I try to sing and play a concert without eating, I'm probably gonna pass out. Yeah,
happens.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a good show if you don't give them a show, man.
You can get a little lightheaded for sure when you push and you haven't eaten for a long time.
It's true.
Chasing that high.
I know also the after we played and got like super heated in Erie, PA, Zach will remember, he and I went over to that Family Dollar to buy giant jugs of water. And that was like, just based on how tired and thirsty I was, that was the greatest drink I've ever had in my life. I was like, it was the perfect moment of like, I need this. And it is like Zach had the foresight to make it happen before we played. As soon as we walked on the stage, I grabbed that entire second jug and was just dumping it into my face.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, that was really smart because we like feasted on, we hydrate ourselves on that water for like for the whole weekend basically, and we just kept going to refill from it because I guess that was what we had. I know. I was trying to think of like what's the goofy, what have you guys gotten goofy answers to that before, like the road trip food?
Well,
like
sushi
or something.
No,
I feel like you would get a lot of either fast food or just like gas station trash.
Yeah, most of the time it's gas station trash. I think the most like out there answer we had was Nicholas Rage's, where he had to have corn nuts, take a bite of a beef stick, and
oh man,
at the same time, like so,
that's my kind of weird. That's entering, like I like to make a peanut butter crunch Cliff Bar and a chocolate chip, like Nature Valley or whatever, like the cheapest one is, like, but you got to in conjunction, and then you do that after you've eaten like a spicy Tabasco flavored Slim Jim.
I used to work at this.
I'm with.
I'm just cutting you off. I'm sorry.
That's a good combo. I
used to work at this. Sorry, I keep.
No, you're good. Go for it. You used to work at.
Cutting everyone off. I used to work at a trucking company.
You used to work for a living.
I used to work for a living, but it's so funny because the vice president of the company was like in our office, and he used to walk around and just offer people corn nuts all day, and it was just so fucking bizarre because this guy's like a multimillionaire, and he would just come down to like all the peasants in the bottom floor and be like, "Hey man, these corn nuts are really good. You want some?" It's like, no man, nuts? I don't want your fucking corn nuts. Get away from me.
Well, yeah, I want some fucking corn nuts.
Give me a raise, motherfucker.
Yeah, give me a raise, not your fucking corn nuts.
Yeah, that was,
He's like,
I don't think that was ever gonna happen.
I got you guys a pizza party. What are you talking about?
Always a fucking pizza party, right? Oh my gosh.
All the time.
All right. That's it. We have finished the food for thought segment. Now it's time for things to get heated. All right. Now's when you guys go for it. Just fucking go for it, right?
This band is over. Fuck you guys.
This is it. This is the rapid fire questions segment.
Friendships will be tested. Rapid fire questions.
Fire away.
I'm ready.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
test it.
Yeah,
All
Let's
right.
all get tested.
my body is ready. What?
Mountain Dew or Mellow Yellow?
We don't have mellow yellow here. I mean, you can find it occasionally, but you can't go to a store and get it. So I think we'd all probably say either Mountain Dew or die of thirst.
Baja Blast always and
You guys are
forever,
going
and
off
any other
scripts.
answer's wrong. Okay, sorry.
That's not the answers I wrote down for you guys.
Guys, there was a specific question.
Diet Mountain.
Damn you.
If it's the original of both, Mellow Yellow, anything other than the original, it's Mountain Dew.
Fair.
I
Gotta
hate
be Mountain Dew. The
I
water
hate
of West
Mountain Dew.
Virginia, baby.
We're gonna fight, Drew. I'm gonna kill you with my hands. I don't know what Mellow Yellow tastes like, but I gotta pick it because I hate Mountain Dew.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
also illegal to buy in other countries, which I found the other day.
Really? Like what
Mellow-
country?
Well, other countries suck, dude.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't remember
This is
which.
That's why
America.
we're the best.
This is America.
Take your fucking
America.
I thought this was
nationalism
America.
elsewhere,
I
you
thought this was America.
I'm sorry. Anyways.
Yeah, I got
Mellow
you.
Yellow
I'm
always
sorry.
makes me
I'm
think of
We're
sorry.
that-
all on the
I
same
thought this
page
was
on this
America.
reference.
It always makes me think of that Tom Cruise flick, Days of Thunder.
Yep.
If anybody recalls that
Luke
movie.
Rickles, yep.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course,
Amazing
Mike
flick,
remembers
yeah.
it because
Yeah.
he loves the 80s.
It was from 90 or 91, but
Yeah, it's from the
Right,
90s.
Yeah.
David
Okay,
Coverdale
I'm
from
so
Whitesnake
sorry.
did,
bud.
The Last Note of Freedom was the theme song by David Coverdale from Whitesnake. What a great song.
Oh,
Dude,
Good
the
stuff.
fucking man, Mike. I love you
I'm
so
gonna-
much, dude.
I'm just gonna end my shit on this fucking camera right now. It's gonna make one more Winger or Striper or Def Leppard reference. We're
Hey,
done.
I have a Bible upstairs that Michael Sweet from Striper threw at me and hit me in the head with.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, you got murdered with the Striper Bible.
So I'm I'm good,
He's-
man.
he's in. He's in. All right.
Yeah, I think
Horror-
that's an automatic pass to heaven, right?
All right. Horror movies or comedy movies?
Comedy.
Oh,
I think bad horror movies because then it becomes a comedy.
Oh, like the Greasy Strangler.
Oh,
What
Greasy
up?
Strangler's so good.
The worst movie ever
No,
made.
wait, you know what the Greasy Strangler is?
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
oh my lord.
Let's go.
Blast up,
Yeah, if
boys.
If this band had a
Oh.
mascot, it would
Oh
be the
my
Greasy
God.
Strangler.
Yeah.
So
Oh man.
I'm actually a part of this like up here in Duluth we have the Twin Ports Horror Society, and it's just like a small group of us dorky horror people, and we actually did like the Greasy Strangler like viewing at a movie theater, and it was I have like a Greasy Strangler like badge and stuff. It was fun.
Oh, Zach's gonna
That's-
die. It's
that's-
Zach's favorite
We're
movie.
putting
That's so
a Greasy
amazing.
Strangler
We were
sample
literally
in one of
talking
our
about
songs.
doing
Yeah.
We're also having a Greasy Strangler watch along one of these Sundays if you guys are free to come to Pittsburgh for it.
Perfect.
Yeah, you're
It's gonna be a local Pittsburgh bands event, but you guys are welcome.
Okay, I appreciate it.
really you are you're like the one of I don't know 2 other people that I know who have ever said, oh, the Greasy Strangler, yeah, love it. It's comforting to know there are others like me, because I take a lot of shit for that, because it is
Oh, stop it.
It is an award-winning film. It's an
Fucking hate this.
award-winning film,
It's
and
unique.
don't you forget it.
It's-
To answer the question,
I can't with you.
comedies for me. I love a good horror flick, specifically zombies, but I really do enjoy laughing. So I gotta stick with comedy.
All right.
Classic
It
horror.
hasn't answered.
Classic horror. I like. I really like.
Oh, you
When I
do.
was a little kid, I would watch on TNT the Monster Vision. I'd watch all the old horror films, the 50s kind of sci-fi stuff.
I do
Yeah.
like old horror too, for
That's
sure.
just something that is just stuck with me.
Hell yeah. I
You
love
do get
the-
a lot. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say I love the old like monster movies and stuff, like the original monster movies.
Whenever I look at Mike's Plex account, I see like every couple weeks there's like 3 like horror movies I've never heard of added. Like, I wonder what this could possibly be. Like, where this stems from. Who hurt you, Mike?
Usually those are my wife's. I like. I don't know. I have bad taste in music and movies and pretty much everything. So I don't ask me for my opinion.
Wait, did you, Mike? Did you like the Greasy Strangler?
No, I'm waiting to watch it with you guys.
Okay, all right. Because
Oh.
if you like it, you have bad taste.
Well, yeah. I mean, I agree. Like, but that's what's so fun about it. It's fun to have bad taste. Like,
I'll
it's
say this: it is endlessly quotable.
Yeah, it's not
Mhm.
like it's not like one of the it's not like it's gonna fucking change your life. It is.
It changed
changed-
Zach's life.
It
Yeah, I was
did.
gonna-
It did. I am not the
I don't.
Gotta
I mean,
disagree with you there.
same.
yeah. I mean, it is.
Zach,
It's bad, but it's great. It's like
when
CC's
Zach
Pizza.
showed it, yeah.
Yeah.
When
I
Zach
said it's
showed it
Zach's
to me,
Solid callback.
he made me sign a waiver saying that I would still be his friend after watching it.
I love that.
I did, yeah. Yeah. Whenever I was told to watch it, I was told it was by a coworker. He said, don't watch this with anyone that you care about. And what's hilarious about that is that after I saw it and like developed this like weird love affair with it, I've been sharing it with people that I care about. And it's gone well enough. So yeah, I mean, waivers help. Always have paperwork.
Mhm.
That I should have gave that advice earlier. Edit this.
That would have been
that
good
there.
advice.
Always
Yeah.
have paperwork. Yeah.
Yes.
If you show another friend or bandmate the Greasy Strangler, always have a non-disclosure in place.
I love it. All right. Moving on. Next question. Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon?
Cartoon Network, 100%.
Yeah,
A
Cartoon
million billion
Network.
percent Cartoon Network. Ed, Edd n Eddy, The Grim Adventures
Yes.
of Billy and Mandy.
Mhm.
I mean, need I continue? Like, just those two alone.
Yeah.
Regular
But I
show. Come
mean,
on.
Nickelodeon had Ren and Stimpy, Rocco's Modern
See, that's
Life.
where I was
Oh,
going.
so
because
Ren,
I
so
don't
Ren,
watch.
yes.
I don't watch
Hmm.
cartoons as an adult, so I feel like Nickelodeon's all I had.
I watched so many cartoons daily.
I only had cable. when I was a kid, so like all I know of Nickelodeon is like David the Gnome.
I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
David the
Oh my
Gnome.
God,
Nobody
That's
else
what I
knows David the Gnome.
Well, I'm old and weird and have notoriously bad taste. So
David the Gnome was not a good
don't remember
show,
that
but
either.
I know.
It was, yeah, it was definitely. I've seen clips of it on YouTube, and it seems to be one of those things that just existed to fill space on a kids block one year, maybe 5 years. I don't know.
well, like Nickelodeon originated as a Canadian, or most of their programming originated out of Canada in the 80s. So
Hmm.
it's just that polite Canadian thing from our brothers up north.
Yep. That's where the You Can't Do That on Television was a Canadian show that they purchased. Fun fact.
I think I did know that.
Nickelodeon was also great because Nickelodeon. You're right. Nickelodeon had all that. They also had that small skit show that had the skit Prometheus and Bob, and it wasn't. If anybody remembers that.
Yeah.
Um,
was it the like Action Team Now or something like that?
Yes, I do remember that too. Yeah. Plus, Ren and Stimpy is like notorious, almost like homoerotica from your childhood, which is kind of cut up and hilarious.
It's great.
So
And
Yeah.
for me, a lot of what I remember about Nickelodeon was what my mom would watch at night, like when it would have I Love Lucy, I Dream of Jeannie,
Mhm.
Bewitched, I don't remember what else, Dick Van Dyke, maybe, Mary Tyler Moore, like that's what I remember. And
Right.
I
yeah,
can't-
Nick and I had the Jeffersons, Mary Tyler Moore.
Oh,
all
I would do the
all
Monkeys. That was like an early inspiration for me playing music was the Monkeys.
There you go. Well, you look at that. I mean, I swayed you, and it wasn't even hard.
Oh,
No,
you,
but-
you
Yeah,
didn't
that was
sway me,
decent.
bro.
Not you.
See, I think because we're talking about different eras, is what's going on right now. Because I'm 25 years
Yeah.
old, so I experienced the era of like SpongeBob was hot
Yep.
on Nickelodeon,
Hmm.
and like Courage the Cowardly Dog was hot. So like we're in like that era, and I'm in this era.
Courage
We
was
get
great.
it, Drew.
Cartoon
You're gonna
Network
live longer
wins.
than everyone. Congratulations.
It's true.
buddy.
It's true.
I
Because I drink Mountain Dew.
to offset Drew. I'm 27, only 2 years older. I would say same generation of cartoons and such and so on. I'm Nickelodeon.
Nice.
I wasn't a fan of like most of Cartoon Network things.
It's I honestly think they're both absolutely incredible. So it's tough. They both just nailed it. So
Oh, I agree. But like the question is, you got to pick one.
yes,
You know?
I'm a Nickelodeon guy. But they're
I'm
both
happy
great.
for you.
Same.
But they're
Drew's
both
like,
great.
I'm happy for you.
All right.
She's
All
like,
right.
awesome, man. Bye. Peace
Yeah.
out.
Drew's like, I wish you
Peace.
well.
See you later.
In hell.
All right. Thin crust or regular crust pizza?
regular.
Regular.
It doesn't
Thin.
matter to me. I'll go regular.
Regular across the board. Great. Okay, this is
Except
probably
for
the
Zach.
most
Crust for
important
sure.
question. It's probably the toughest. Lindsay Lohan or Tara Reid?
You going
Please.
the different
Lindsay
era?
Lohan.
A lot of the reason I play this music is because of the soundtrack from the American Pie movies, the first two specifically. So
Is she? I guess she is in that.
have to.
Yeah, she was being
Okay.
character in those.
I'm good.
I was gonna say that context clue helps a little bit because I don't know who Tara Reid is.
Oh.
I'm
so-
literally Googling Tara Reid.
So I'm gonna
Sharknado.
I'm gonna say Lindsay Lohan.
I think me.
I'm going
Lindsay
Lohan as
Lohan.
well.
Yeah,
I'm going Lohan because Mean
Just by
Girls is one of the I think it's like a cult classic movie.
Yeah,
from at
it is,
least
yeah.
like going to high school in the 2000s for sure. And it's a very freaking quotable movie as well.
Oh,
as far
absolutely.
as
Very
like
funny.
movie. Yes.
Mhm. Yep. And Lindsay Lohan.
But yeah, I mean, for me, like when you talk about why I got into this kind of music we play, I mean, those American Pie soundtracks, like
Mhm.
Blink being in the first movie, and that's like really when they blew up was that summer that film came out. And then Tara Reid was in Van Wilder,
Yep.
which had Sugar Cult was like the soundtrack, and that
Right.
just fell in love with them because of that. So like those movies are ridiculously nostalgic for.
And both of those movies are pretty much the most pop punk movies. Like American Pie is the most pop punk movie pretty much.
It
ever made.
definitely, yeah, it definitely is.
That's valid. Yeah.
I should
All right.
I should watch it sometime.
Yes, you should. They're great.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
the movie's definitely cut the hell up.
Hell yeah.
My wife and I
Those-
watched all four of them during the pandemic, or four, yeah,
Yep,
the main
four.
ones anyway. And she'd never seen them, and it was so much fun to revisit.
Yeah,
and,
they're great.
I still have, like I said, bad taste.
They're great. They're great movies. I just rewatched them too. All right, we got two more. Newfound Glory or MXPX?
Newfound
Oh
Glory.
Newfound
God.
Glory.
Newfound Glory.
Newfound Glory.
That hurts. That's
Probably
a tough
Newfound
one.
Glory.
Mr.
Hmm.
Fortnite.
So I feel like Newfound Glory is the band that I loved the most, but I grew up in a really religious, weird household, and my parents were very weird about some things. And but if it was like a record that was at like the Christian bookstore, I was allowed to have it no matter what it was, because I guess they assumed that stuff was all pre-screened.
Yeah.
So so stuff like like MXPX, like I wouldn't have an avenue into the music that we make now probably if it weren't for someone either like turning a blind eye to um or like not caring about the fact that like those really aren't religious songs. They just happen to be like
Right.
have the suggestion or idea of being like religious.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably would have never heard the kind of music that we do at the time, in a formative time in my life, if I didn't hear MXPX. But Newfound Glory, I feel like has made bigger waves in my life. But like, you know, it's tough because without the one, I couldn't have arrived at the other.
Sure. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, once again, they're same as Lindsay Lohan and Tara Reid. They're both great. You know?
Also, like the very first tour I saw with MXPX was with the Get Up Kids, and that gave me like that informed me of who that was. And then yeah, so that like that they toured with bands that were like, you know, not sold at the Christian bookstores. So like it opened my eyes to like a lot of other cool stuff too. So they've actually done a lot for me, like as far as my my very, very early childhood years, because they were like one of the very few bands I was allowed to listen to.
Yeah.
And then that kind of segued into like the first time, I don't know, I don't care who you are, the first time you hear Hit or Miss, you're like, this is a goddamn super hit. Like that song is fan fucking tastic.
Yes. It's a banger through and through, start to finish.
For sure.
All right, we got one left. We only need one of you even to do this one. But can one of you sing to us the O'Reilly Auto Parts jingle? Not a sponsor.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Wow. Nice.
That's amazing.
You did it. That's it. Perfect.
Good for you, dude.
100% done.
Respect on your name, Drew.
Proud of all of you. Proud of you. You did it.
I'm proud of us
Finished the
too.
podcast. Now is your chance. Let everybody know what you got going on, where they can find you, and what's next.
Good, Mike.
So we're on all the social media platforms at Old Neon Music. This next weekend, the 29th, we're playing Fortune Cove. For a long time, they were known as Harbor, out of the greater Toronto area. We're playing their last show ever here in Pittsburgh with Mallory Run and Next Stop Detox. We're doing the Millvale Music Festival, which is a local, pretty big local free music festival in May. June, like Drew said earlier, we have our album coming out. We're doing our headline show at Club Cafe here in Pittsburgh. And then the thing that we're all the most excited for, probably, well, that's probably it too. But I mean, we're lucky that we have a couple of things that we're super thrilled for. And then the Four Chord Festival, and we're playing on the same day as Mest, Yellow Card, Taking Back Sunday, Andrew McMahon. If you would have told me when I was, 20 years ago, when I was a little kid trying to play the guitar, that I was going to play with them, I would have thought I ended up rich, which didn't really happen, but I couldn't be happier.
You're rich in spirit, buddy. That's all that matters.
I'm rich in my friends, and
the CEO of my company keeps telling me that because I'm rich in spirit, it doesn't matter.
Those are your part of his family.
So we're gonna have we're not gonna release any more new songs until late in June. So keep your eyes peeled for follow us on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, wherever you listen, and definitely follow us on Instagram. That's where we post the most stupid stuff. Yeah, I think that's it.
I'll add one thing. We're taking this show on the road more often in the coming months, and so if you are in the Mid-Atlantic or Midwest region of the United States of America, you can look forward to seeing us. We're not quite Northeast.
Oh,
right?
We're going there, buddy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, we're buying parkas. We're gonna get parkas.
Shows how good our communication is.
Yep. I just told you. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm communicating that right now.
Appreciate that. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, we're trying to get out and about. So if you follow us, you can hopefully look forward to seeing us a little closer to you sometime soon.
And certainly bands from other parts of like the region, the DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York, Buffalo, New York, Rochester, Harrisburg, Columbus, Ohio, anywhere in that kind of zone, reach out to us, see if we can do something to help each other out.
Hell yeah. Everybody, make sure you go check out Old Neon, check out their music, give them a follow, show them some love and support. And yeah, thanks for all of you for hanging out with us.
Thank you guys enough for your love and support.
Thanks, dudes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for not just for us, but for everything you do for the scene in general.
Hell yeah.
It's our pleasure, you know. We're just out here having a good time.
Patrick, you're from like the greater Pittsburgh area, right? Is that true?
No.
Or I've been fed a fib. I thought that was true.
No, we are
Nailed it.
both
Just start naming cities.
We are both from Minnesota.
Well,
That's like the Minnesota in Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah, Minnesota,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Minnesota, Pittsburgh, right? Minnesota, Pennsylvania.
West, the west side, way west.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
You probably haven't heard of it.
if you guys
It's
can
a
come in
little
in
community.
Little inside.
if you can come in August for Four Chord, we'll get you set up with a place to stay. We'll do whatever we can to help you guys.
Heck yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, well, Four Chord's a good time. We're, like I said, we're hoping to come back. Just waiting on my taxes so I can pay for it.
I get that. Big time.
Felt.
Hell yeah. So well,
Thanks for having us, spouse. We appreciate it. I also
absolutely.
enjoy
Thanks.
talking about zombie flicks with you big time.
Well, I'm always down to talk about zombie flicks, so let's hit me up. We'll be
Fresh.
We're all friends.
friends, real life friends. Let's
Look
be
at
real
the
life
journey
friends.
we've just been on.
We've been on a journey.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
feels
with
like
that
it.
journey,
Zach,
it's
a little
going-
more enthusiasm, please.
This journey is coming to an end. Thanks again, Old Neon, for hanging out with us today. Now, me and Matt, we're going to dive into the unsigned pop punk news right now. Well, it's time for unsigned pop punk news. This is the most important news of your day. In everybody's day in the world.
I'll wait for this moment right here.
You've been waiting for this. CEOs of a pharmaceutical company. Oh no, just kidding. That would be like real people news, like adult news.
Yeah.
That's not what we do. We don't do adult news. We do music and playing with toys news. Yeah, it was a great show. Loved hanging out. What was your favorite part of today's show? Let us know. What was your favorite topic? Do you got any stories? Have you heard Old Neon before? Do you know them personally? Do you have pictures from high school you can send us? Whatever. Any of it. It's all good. It's all good. Share it with us. We want to know. Join our Discord and let's be friends. Click the link. There'll be a link. Click it in the description on whatever platform you're listening or watching. Click it.
Do it.
Do it.
Like we always say, never gets old. Best part, we have partnered with the Trevor Project and donating 15% of every purchase of our gender equality shirt to them. Trevor Project, if you don't know, you should know because they have an important, awesome mission. Their mission is to end suicide among LGBTQ youth. So help us in supporting that amazing cause and pick up a shirt.
Pick it up. Do it. It's good. It's good. It like puts a couple bucks in our pocket, but the thing is, it's saving lives and helping do something important, and we just want to help any way we can.
Hell yeah.
We announced probably a very exciting thing. So, we're always talking about Twitch news. We got the New Music Friday on Tuesday, every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, and the Super Awesome Music Video Show live on Twitch every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. But guess what?
What,
We're
Pat?
filling that midday hump day. We're filling it. We're filling it with
I was just thinking that this Twitch sandwich was missing the meat.
Yeah, well, we got the meat, baby. And it is called Unsigned Pop Punk's Top 10 Video Countdown. If you listened earlier in the show and you heard me make a joke about we just rip things off. Well, we don't necessarily. But, If you remember back when MTV had TRL, Total Request Live, well, the top 10 video countdown, it's all videos voted by you, the peeps, our unsigned pop punk community. And that's what's fun about it.
Telling
them. So you could go to unsignedpoppunk.com and go underneath, go in the TV tab, go in there and go look up the top 10 video countdown. You'll see a little thing that says vote. Go right in there, vote for your favorite music videos. You can vote for 1, you can 2, 3, up to 5. Vote for whatever videos you want. There's links to the videos so you can check them out if you've never seen them.
Hell yeah.
And there's tons of bands. We're going to do it every Wednesday. Unsigned Pop Punk Top 10 Video Countdown. 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Hell yep.
I will say, Pat, I know you said, made a joke about ripping off. I look at it slightly differently. MTV, they had a great thing going, and then they decided to say fuck it and play ridiculousness for 24 hours a day. So what did we do, Pat? We said, fuck it, we'll do it ourselves.
Yep, it's true. We did.
Resurrected
We're like, we want to bring it back for the people. This is for the people. It's for the people, by the people. This is voted on by the people. This is democracy. Democracy. America.
So those votes are coming in. So you better
they are.
Votes in
Where
now.
are we at?
133.
Holy shit.
There have been 50 responses in the last hour.
Holy shit. Wow. You're getting natural. You're getting natural reaction right now.
Hell yeah.
That is absolutely nuts. Wow. I'm looking at the answers right now. Guys, go vote. So many good bands in here, and we're not going to tell you ahead of time. You have to watch the show every Wednesday to see which order the bands are going to come in. You voted for it, and you'll get to watch it. That's the beauty of it. We're so stoked for it. So many great bands. Goalkeeper, Pennyboard, House Parties, Leah, Keep Flying, Glimmers. Our friends Old Neon are in there.
What?
Smooth Brain, Sucker Punch. Let's go. So yeah, go check this out. We're stoked for this. So stoked. And with that, thanks again to Old Neon. Thank you, Matt, for always being my friend. Thank you, Gibby, for all the work that you do every single day. Thank you, Lawrence, for all the work he does every day. Also, another thank you that I haven't done yet, but I'm going to do this thank you right here to Ross. Thank you, Ross. He's our website guru.
Yeah.
Ross, thank you. Electric Kiwi, thank you so much for the website work that you do. Everybody, if you need web work, hit up Electric Kiwi.
Hell yep.
Hell yep. Great. Awesome.
Thank you, Pat, for everything you do. Thank you.
Man.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right.
Handshakes and hugs.
What?
Handshakes and hugs.
Handshakes and hugs. And with that, on those handshakes and hugs, thank you guys so much for checking out this episode. We'll see you next week.
Thank you so much for checking out the show. Please hit that like, subscribe, or follow button so you never miss an episode. And thank you so much to those of you who already are. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or anywhere else you stream your podcasts. If you're in the position to help us grow and like behind the scenes access and exclusive shows, head on over to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/unsignedpoppunk. Let us know in the comments who you'd like to see on the show and what other content you'd like to see. Thank you all so much.